Hello, everybody. My name is Dario Busch. I'm part of the leadership team here, and I want to welcome you to the Super Homes overview call. We're going to have a quick overview call, and then we're going to go over to our pro training calls. This call is especially designed for people looking to buy, sell, or invest in super homes. Now, what is a super home? A super home is a new generation of homes. We're talking about homes that are energy efficient. We're talking about homes that are sustainable. We're talking about homes that are environmentally friendly. And we're talking about homes that come with a 100% money back guarantee. If you don't like the house or building we built for you, we will buy it back. Now, I didn't stutter. I said, if you don't like the building, by the time you do the walkthrough, we will buy the building back from you. Now, there is no stronger satisfaction guarantee in the building industry today. And that is just the beginning, because we also have the industry's strongest structural warranty. In addition to that, our flagship product is a super home, no money down, which means you can move into a super home with absolutely no money out of your pocket. A custom super home is a completely finished home. We don't sell shells. We don't sell kits. I am responsible from everything from the foundation to the light switches on every single job that my crews build. Some people say, you guys are crazy. You have these money back guarantees. You guarantee your work, and you guys are lining yourself up to a lot of lawsuits. Well, I don't know what to tell you besides, I don't think I'm crazy for guaranteeing my work. I mean, I'm proud of my work. I have the best crews, the best guys I have the pleasure to work with. So I can confidently guarantee their work, and that is not crazy. That is just being able to take a master building mentality, fuse it with modern technology, and create a product that is so perfect, I dare to guarantee it. And the product is a super home. We call it super home because of a reason. If you notice the super in between, well, that's what it is. Maybe you've seen on our websites that we say, if I can get you in a Mercedes for the same price as a Yugo, and I could get you into that Mercedes, no money down. Which one would you choose? Would you choose to buy the Yugo, or would you choose to buy the Mercedes, no money down? Well, guess what? The super home is that Mercedes for the same price than that Yugo the competition is putting out. So as I said, if you want to buy a super home, no money down with a 100% satisfaction guarantee, or if you're looking to sell custom super homes, no money down with the same 100% satisfaction guarantee, or maybe you're looking to invest in a super home just because they are so good and easy to sell or rent out, and again, you get that 100% satisfaction guarantee, you're going to have the best building. I'm talking about buildings that if you buy a custom super home according to our specifications, this thing is fireproof. This thing is waterproof. This thing is mold proof. This thing is seismically superior, which means it will handle earthquakes a lot better than your standard homes. You're going to be safer. Your family is going to be safer. Forget electrical fires. Forget all that stuff that makes houses a death trap. And in addition, you're going to be able to lower all your utility bills because a custom super home is energy efficiency at its absolute finest. And all this without increasing the cost to the buyer. No, it doesn't have to cost more for better. Not from us. We are competitively priced. We use the best materials. We use the best workers. We use the best technology. We are precise, we are efficient, we are effective, and we guarantee our work 100%. And that is all spelled out in the contract. This is not just a handshake guarantee. This is in the contract. 100% satisfaction guarantee, or we will buy the house back. So if you are looking to buy a super home, no money down, I want you to apply. Just click on buy a home and apply. We will help you structure a no money down deal that I am sure you will fall in love with. I will build you a home that I am sure you will fall in love with, or I will buy it back.
Now, real estate is about one-pagers, nothing more than one-pagers. But I beg you to do your one-pagers. Don't just send me a lot, a piece of land or something, and expect me to work the deal out. I can't do it right now. First of all, I'm not used to be doing it. When I used to run the real estate investment mutual fund, I had 81 agents working for me, which I trained to do one-pagers. So for 18 years, my job was to evaluate one-pagers. And if the one-pager has less than 50% return on investment, don't even show it to me. I want 50% or better ROI, okay? Why? Because that I can sell to an investor on. Under 50% is too tight, but leaves us no room to play. And we want to be able to have plenty of room to play, okay? It's very, very important. Remember, I'm not doing well now, sadly. I wish I was, but I'm not. Too much information, too much pressure provokes epileptic seizures from hell, and it hurts. So you need to help me. You need to give me one-pagers with 50% ROI or better for me to take a look at. And then we can shovel it to an investor or whoever we're going to get to finance it, okay? That's very, very important because a lot of people have been giving me, here's some land for sale. Oh, okay, that's nice. But now what? There's a lot of land for sale. Thousands and thousands and thousands of pieces of land for sale right now, okay? And there always is. It's not just now. It's always like that. And it becomes too much. If I'm going to have to brainstorm the deal for you, I'm going to have to charge you 10 grand up front. So simple it is. And I don't want to do that. So I want you to learn how to do a one-pager. And it's not easy to do one-pager. Why did I train 81 agents to do one-pagers for me in the fund? Because I hate doing one-pagers. It's a pain in the ass. Not all of them work. And to know that they don't work, you must find out all the information necessary. You got to pull comps. You got to draw averages. You got to get construction estimates or repair estimates from a local contractor so you have a solid number. No guessing allowed. You think in school, you believe in church. Here, you must know and back it up with paper. Okay? Very, very important rule. That way we can be effective. If I can sit here and evaluate your one-pagers, that are 50% ROI or better, then we can be effective. Some are going to work, some are not going to work. Until you get to a 50% ROI or better one-pager, you might have to look at 2, 3, 4, 5 properties. I don't know. That's the hard part. That's the hard part about doing this. That not all deals that are available for sale will work for us. We want them at our numbers. It's our terms or the highway. Our way or the highway. That's how simple it is. You have to become a machine doing one-pagers. Whether it takes you 10 deals, 20 deals, or 3 deals, or 3 leads, to get a one-pager done to show me, that's fine. You have to do it. Don't make me do it, please. It hurts. Okay? So one page is very, very important. And then just go through the system. The system is very, very simple and is very well explained in the one-page manuals. If you don't have the one-page manuals, get them. Okay? Preferably, get construction. You get construction, I'll give you houses and buildings for free. That way you know how to run the numbers and what to do with houses and buildings. Construction is the same thing, only with new properties. Instead of buying an ugly house, having a contractor remodel it, and then a realtor sell it, you find a piece of land for sale, have a contractor build it, and a realtor sell it. Same exact system, same exact numbers. All right? You're not going to be doing the building. You're not going to be doing the rehabbing. You do one-pagers. That's the only thing you have to do. And hook everybody up. Okay? And I'll walk you through it as we go. This is like playing guitar, like learning to play guitar. I will show you the chords. You have to practice. The more you do it, the more you practice. The more you practice, the better you get. Before you know about it, you can look at a deal from far away and see if it's going to fly or not. And that's where I want to get you. The sooner, the better. That way we're effective. Now, construction does, the construction manual does cost $3,000 a month plus 50% of your profits. Okay? So we're into this together. Now, if you cannot afford $3,000 a month right now, I understand. Don't do it. Start with houses for $45 a month. But learn how it's done. If you don't have $45 a month, get me 3 people that buy it, and you get it for free. It's a sell 3, yours is free. But you don't have to sell. You just have to tell. I'll do the selling for you. But it's hard to do something if you don't know how to do it, even if it's simple. So you have to, okay?
Jordan.
Art, good. Okay, then we're going to start here in a minute.
Hey,
Welcome to the call, Art.
greetings. Thank you.
Atlanta.
Hey, greetings. The one and all.
Yes.
Forgive me for being a bit behind schedule.
Right. Okay. Now, one thing we've been doing the last couple of days with Joachim here is let's jump gears to Super Green for a little bit, because that's one thing we're going to be doing a lot, selling Super Green licenses. Obviously, I can't do everything myself, much less now when I'm half the man I used to be, a piece of human wreckage. But I have you guys. So it's going to be your body and my brain. That's why I ask you to be 100% coachable. Don't question anything. I will not lead you astray. I'll tell you what to do. You do it when I say to do it. Not tomorrow, not next week. If I say jump, please jump. Don't say why, how high, and wait until you feel like jumping. Please. Very important. Okay, we're doing something very, very, very cool. And big, huge. So before we talk about the real estate mastery team part, which you are part of, I want to talk about the Super Green licenses part. And I'm going to leave the mic to Joachim to explain to you how we are arriving at the cost of the license for whatever area it's going to be sold in. Okay? Joachim, are you on?
Yeah, I'm on.
Great. Okay, brother, take it away.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks a lot. Okay, so
I'll be like that.
Yeah, okay. So we actually had quite a difficult time in deciding what the Super Green license is going to be worth. And we did some calculations, some more calculations, and we arrived at what we thought was a pretty good value. But then just yesterday we thought we were somehow going to verify that. And we did with the value of the global cement market. And we thought, well, okay, what if we can take 1% of that market? What is it worth? And we calculated what it was worth per person, which was $0.4. And then we counted from that how many people live in a state and what's the license worth. And it was pretty close to our first estimate. So, and that's only the concrete or cement market, and it's about $326 billion a year worldwide, and estimated in 2029 to be $480 billion worldwide. So it's going up. So if you buy license today, it's actually going to feel cheap in a couple of years. But then also we thought, okay, cement, concrete, you build bridges, you build roads in some countries with it. So what about just the housing market? And it turned out. Yeah, but it's yeah, okay. I'm just gonna mention that it's a lot more. So calculating from the cement market is actually lowballing it. So we arrived at pretty much the value that's on the homepage, something around $120 million for the states. And we're going to update the homepage so we get the exact value. But it was interesting that all our work with trying to find out the value was pretty accurate when we did it this way. So that's how we get to the value now, which means that about 10 million people is a value of $4 million, a license for 10 million people. And also, one has to keep in mind that this is the total market for 1 year. So we are actually just charging 1% of 1 year's market. Then the rest of the 99 year in the license, well, they're kind of for free, or they're totally the licensee's money. They can do what they want with it. What are you?
I'll take over for a second.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so
Going into the housing.
Long story short, we did a very simple equation. We took the total revenue of the cement market globally and divided it by the global population. That brought it down to 40 cents per person, wherever you're located. Okay? 40 cents per person. So write that down. And somebody, for you to know, you don't have to give the quote. I will give the quote to the people because that's a hard thing to do for people. So I don't want you to do it. I want you to do the easy part. I'll do the hard work. Okay? So 40 cents per person. So you take the population, you go to Google, and you do population in Houston, Texas, for example. Multiply it by 40 cents. That's the price of the license. You guys with me there? Okay?
Yep.
Quite simple, quite standard. We're not discriminating anybody. I don't care if you're in Nigeria, Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Japan, Germany, France, or Sweden. Same thing applies. 40 cents a head. And there you're on. Okay? And that's incredible. And listen to these numbers, just so you know. Okay? And many people have told me over the years, you're exaggerating with your big numbers. You're scaring people. And that's a very important thing. If you're scared of big numbers, if you're not here to make a ridiculous amount of money, then you know what? This is not for you. This is not a normal company. This is not a normal project. We are not here to make money to pay the bills. We are here to get rich. All of us. Why? Because we have things to do. For you guys that have been here for a couple of years and follow me around, you've seen the slogan on my website, always. Clothe the naked, feed the hungry, heal the sick. Without expecting anything in return. It's called philanthropy. So you're going to be giving millions away for good causes. clothing the naked, feeding the hungry, healing the sick. It's needed. Nobody else is doing it, so it's up to us to do it. You know how people say somebody should do something sometime? Well, guess what? We're going to do that something, and we're going to do it now. For that, I need to get you rich. Because if you just make getting by, you cannot give your money away. You have to pay the bills. You have to eat. There's a mortgage, or there's a rent, there's food, electricity, etc., etc. So that goes first. So we need to get you into making money fast. That's why you need to learn how to do the one-pager fast. You can't afford a $3,000 a month manual, buy a $45 a month manual. Start doing houses. Make yourself some money. If you follow the manual, you should be able to start making $5,000 a week within 90 days. You have to kick ass, though. One-pagers, one-pagers, one-pagers. Nothing but one-pagers. Nothing else is interesting than one-pagers. I don't care if the house is blue, yellow, ugly, or pretty. I don't care if it burned down. I just want to see the one-pager with a 50% return on investment. Okay? Okay, with that said, listen to the numbers on the cement market. $326 billion a year. $326 billion with a B. Okay? So now, like Joachim said, we calculated that super green is worth 1%, even though it's better, superior, just to be conservative and ridiculously low, so nobody can say that we're exaggerating. We're saying that super green is worth only 1% of what cement is worth. So that brings it down to about 3.2 billion. So if somebody wants to buy the global license, 3.2 billion, thank you. Call Elon Musk, maybe he's interested. I don't know. I mean, hell, he bought Twitter for 40 billion, so he can afford it. So there are people that can afford this kind of stuff. No doubt. Just look at downtown area, whatever city you're in. Look at the buildings. Who do you think owns all of that? Rich people. And like you see on their websites, it is about making money with real estate, with rich people's money. Not other people's money, rich people's money. Because when I say other people's money, a lot of people think that you're going to go around and ask your neighbor, ask your family, ask your friends to pitch in. And no, that's wrong. You know why? Why do you think it's wrong to ask your friends and family to finance your deals? Because they can't afford it. They can't afford it. They can't. I mean, you need a lot of money. You need millionaires, at least millionaires. And where are there millionaires? Where can you find a millionaire that is willing and able to buy a house now? Now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when the loan goes through, now. Cash buyer. On the website, you'll see a link to 1,100 cash buyers in the United States. And every country has cash buyers. Every country has investors. Who is a cash buyer? A cash buyer is somebody that buys houses to renovate them and rent them out or sell them for profit. Those guys are looking for deals. This is all about me teaching you what they know so you can get to the deals that they would have gotten before they get to it. If you're slow, if you're waiting around for better times or until you feel like you need to do some work, guess what? The cash buyer is going to get there and buy the deal from under your feet. And you lost it. You want to be there before they do, before they even know about it. Put it on the contract and take the cash buyer to lunch. During lunch, you slide the one pager to him and say, what do you think about this? When you look at it, he's either going to say, this looks interesting. What do you have in mind? Or he's going to say, I don't want this. Doesn't interest me at all. And that's great. If it doesn't interest him, good. Thank you for the time. Move on. Take the next cash buyer to lunch. Immediately. Not next week. Not next month. Next hour. Now. Okay? And if he says, yes, this looks good. Numbers look good. It's got a good return. I know that area. I bought there before. Hell, I mean, he might say I have 10 houses just like that one. Good. You have a deal. Okay? And the deal you have is what you want to do is do a partner with them. Their money, your deal. Split it 50-50. You split the profits and the losses 50-50. So make sure you have a winning one-pager and the numbers are tight. If the one-pager says that the house is worth $400,000, then you better have 3 comparable sold listings. Sold, not available, not they're asking for so much. No, sold. They have to be sold. And why? Not because Dario is an asshole that wants all this stuff. Because once the house is bought, renovated, and put on the market, a buyer is going to come along. And that buyer is going to need a home loan to buy the house. And the first thing the home loan requires, which is the bank, is an appraisal. Because all loans are based on an appraisal. And what does the appraiser need to appraise a house? 3 sold comparable houses. Sold. Okay? And by you having those 3 comparable sales, we just give them to the appraiser and say, here you are. We did your job already. Please appraise it for $400. Done. We control the appraisal. We control the loan. All you have to do is find a warm body that qualifies for it. It's not that hard. It's simple. Well, I'm not going to say it's not that hard because it's hard. I'm going to say it's not complicated. It's so simple that sometimes I'm ashamed of teaching it. A lot of people say, oh, you're a genius. No, not at all. I just learned a simple way that rich people make money on, and I'm teaching you how it's done. So you can do the same thing and get to the deals that they would have gotten to before they do. Okay? So in order for us to know the sales price on your one-pager, you need those 3 comps. For those 3 comps, you need a realtor. If you go to realtor.com/real estate agents, you can find every single realtor in the USA. I don't care where you are. You just put the zip code where you are, and you will find it. No, not the zip code where you are. Zip code where the property is, where your lead is. Okay? So you find a house for sale, for example, or a vacant house, or whatever. You call the realtor, you give him the address, and you ask him the following. Write this down. I need 3 comparable sold listings within a 1-mile radius of the address. You give him the address of the subject property. 3 sold comparables. You tell him what it is. 3 bedroom, 2 bath, so many square feet, and so on. He will email you over 3 of them. He might email you more. Get the 3 best ones. Because we need those comps to give to the appraiser. It's not for me. It's not for you. It's not for the borrower or for the buyer. It's for the appraiser when we go to sell it. Because then we know how much we're going to sell it for. Until then, you have no clue how much you can sell it for. Okay? Very, very important. Okay, any quick questions about that before I go on? So yeah, please do me the favor. Even if you buy the $45 a month manual, buy it. You need it. That's going to get you into $5,000 a week within 90 days.
Right. But right.
And
So
if,
you
and
want
if he
to
does not, give
what
you your money
I
back.
was trying to figure out, like, how do we find the investor, the rich people? I mean, I'm
The rich
surrounded by
people,
rich people, but I just don't know how to approach them. That's horrible.
you log into the member area, and you look on the right hand side. There's like a blue column, straight under my face, to the right of it, and you see it. There's a link that says Home Investors. There you're gonna find 1,100 home investors. Home Investors is a company. It's a franchise. Pretty much what you were buying for $45 a month, but it costs $45,000, and you have to have a $500,000 net worth. So you have guys that are buying houses actively, and you can reach all of them there.
Okay.
Very, very simple. Okay, and then of course look around as you're driving around, as you're in the store. Look for ads. Look for ads like guys that say, "I buy houses for cash."
Look for that.
Those guys. Go into your buyer list. I buy houses for cash. Right. There's tons of them. Lots of them. There are groups in Facebook with cash buyers. There are Twitter. On Twitter.
Yeah.
There are WhatsApp groups. There's cash buying is a big thing. Okay. And the worse the economy is, the more they buy.
Awesome.
Okay? So it's just a matter of doing a one-pager, a good one-pager, and taking one of those guys to lunch. Make friends.
Okay.
Okay? If you hate people and you don't want to talk to people, you don't like to go to lunch, this is the wrong business for you.
Well, I guess I could write down and go to lunch for $50,000.
Right. Okay, so, now I'm going to put the one-pager on the side a little bit. Now you know the importance of it.
Okay.
The houses, the manual for houses will teach you how to do a one-pager already there. It continues on buildings, and it continues further on construction. But the one-pager on houses, the one-page manual on houses, will get you to $5,000 a week within 90 days. I guarantee it. If it doesn't, if you do exactly
that one pager is on the front page of the I'm sorry, excuse me, but all right, so the one pager is on the front page of our portal when we log in.
Right,
Well,
log in, scroll down a little bit, and you're gonna see your 9-step to-do list.
9 steps to do this.
Step number 1 is order construction. If you cannot afford $3,000 a month,
no.
Start with step 2, which is order houses for $45 a month. Okay?
Okay.
As soon as you made the purchase, you will be redirected to the one-page manual. Print it out.
Okay. I got you.
And actually, it's a one-page manual, and there's a second page, which is your schedule. Exactly what to do every day. You do that once a day, you will be making $5,000 a week within 90 days. And if you don't, I'll refund you your money. How about that?
Okay.
So nobody can say, oh, blah, blah, blah. So do that. It's imperative, because if you don't know how to do a one-pager, you're going to be spinning your wheels and wasting my time. And remember, if you are wasting your time, then you are wasting my time. So don't waste my time by not wasting your time.
I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my own time.
Exactly. So you have to know what to look for and what to do when you find it. Okay? I get a lot of people that say, hey, I found a house here that's burned down. I go, okay, what do you want me to do with it? Congratulations. No, I don't want to know that. I want the one page to see it. and only if he's got a 50% ROI or better. Otherwise, don't even mention it.
Okay.
Because if you mention it, and I have to do your one pager, I charge $10,000 to do a one page, and I want it now before I start. What a jerk! But time is money, so we have to minimize waste of time, because waste of time is waste of money. So now let me go back to what Joaquin was talking about, the license. Now look at that. It's huge. It's humongous. Okay? So we have Super Green is worth $3.2 billion right now. And we're going to spread that out all over the world. So much for Houston, so much for New York, so much for Los Angeles, so much for Miami, and so on. All the way to Jakarta and Dhaka in Bangladesh. Same applies. Real estate is everywhere. There is nowhere that there is no real estate besides in the middle of the Sahara. And that's just temporary because we will be moving out there. Watch. Housing is needed always. I mean, kids are born every day. And teenagers become adults every day. By the millions, by the millions. It's an ever-growing market that will never stop. Unless all of a sudden people stop fucking. Sorry. And it's just the way it is. Humongous. $3.6 billion product in your pocket. Everything is already done. Fully certified by third-party laboratories. Same guys that certify the cement that you see your bridges and high-rises are built on. Or the one that certified Super Green. And we have the papers on it. They're all on the website. You can look at them. Okay? So now that is impressive, and that is pretty cool. And we're going to get here in about 10 minutes. We're going to start the what to do on the Super Green license marketing. Okay? But let me continue with real estate. Because even though Super Green is huge and building materials is a humongous market, the $320 billion that I just mentioned that the cement industry is worth is the cement industry, not counting the brick industry and the wood frame industry and the steel frame industry. Okay?
So how much is that then?
Oh my God, I don't know. Multiply by 10.
Actually, it's 6,800 billion.
Well, that is 6.8 trillion. Okay, yeah, I mean the residential construction market is $6 trillion a year. 6 trillion. That means that the residential part of real estate, the residential construction part of real estate mastery team is worth $60 billion a year. We have 60 billion bucks to go grab. The only trick is that we have to do it before the investors that are already doing it get to them. So time is of the essence. You cannot be lazy. You cannot run slow. I don't care if it hurts. You have to get there before them. Otherwise, the deal is gone. Okay? Very important. Procrastinators, get off the call. Go-getters, stay with me. Grab my hand. I'm going to take you on the wildest ride you ever ridden. And I'll give you a little red helmet. Right, Vanessa? So you don't get hurt. Very simple.
Yep.
So think about it. Now, the residential construction market is worth $6 trillion. 1% of that is $60 billion. That's a residential market. Then you have to add the commercial market and the industrial market construction. I mean, I don't know, but trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars, which 1% of that is hundreds of billions of dollars. Let's go get it, guys. Let's go get it. So when I say please be coachable and do exactly as I say, it's not because I'm an arrogant prick that wants to boss you around. It's because we're in a hurry. We got to beat the guys to the punch. We got to beat the real investors that are out there 10 hours a day looking for property to the punch. Before they get to it, you got to get to it. And then you take them to lunch and show them your one page. Very, very simple. I don't care if it's a house. I don't care if it's a building. You're going to start with houses. It's a natural progression. That's how I started. I started with houses. I bought one house with investor money. Didn't put a penny of my own money out on it. Then I bought another one. And then another one. I didn't wait to sell the first one. I just went out and got in more. Did a one pager, took the guy to lunch. He said, yeah. I went out, found another one. Did a one pager, took him to lunch again. He said, fine, I'm in. I went out again. I found another lead. I did a one pager. I took the guy to lunch again. He said, great, you're on a roll. I am. We shook hands, and then I went and got another one. I didn't wait. You shouldn't wait. Because guess what? If you wait, the competition is going to get to the deals before you do. And by the time you get there, you have just the scraps left. And the scraps don't have 50% ROI or better. Okay? Making 20% on a deal is not good. Even if the 20% is 200,000 because the building is worth $1 million. It doesn't matter. It's all about ratios, not about amount of money. And if you think 200 grand is a lot, you're in the wrong call. On the wrong call. Sorry. Again, this is about making a lot of money. Over the years, many people have told me, you're crazy. Your numbers are way, way too big. Your projections are too objective. Google proved me right by statistics, with statistics. Not with what you think, not with what somebody made up, with actual numbers, actual industry numbers. That's the cool thing with Google today. Google knows everything. And if you have a Mac, Siri knows everything. Okay? I just discovered Siri not long ago. I just got my first Mac ever. Beautiful. I can say, hey Siri, how much is 10% or whatever? Boom, there you go. Hey Siri.
Uh-huh. I'm here.
Yeah, I know you are.
Knowing is half the battle.
I know. Siri is great. If you ever can get a Mac, hey, can you do the same thing with the Google Assistant, Kim? You're muted, brother. You're muted. Okay, yeah, you can do the same thing with the Google Assistants on your phone, on your Android phone. So you don't have to buy a Mac. Get a Mac later. When you're making $5 grand a week, go get yourself a Mac. It's the difference between driving a Toyota and a Bentley. I guarantee you. I didn't think it was going to be such a difference, but it is. It's nice. It's a nice thing, and you want to do things with nice things. Because you're going to step in another world. I don't care what you've done in the past. Leave it behind. Please, leave it behind. I don't care about the bad things. I just care about the good things. I don't care about what happened. I care about what has to be done. Why? Because I want to see you successful. And successful means wealthy. Wealthy enough to give your money away to those who need it without expecting anything in return. And guess what? It's 100% write-off. So the more money you make, the more money you give, the less taxes you pay. It's a beautiful system, and it works. And the rich get richer while the poor watch and complain. Don't be the ones complaining, because that will keep you poor. You don't need money. Don't ever think, oh, well, if I have to split my profit 50-50 with a cash buyer or an investor, I might as well go get the loan myself and make 100%. That's more money. Sure, on one deal, right, but how many can you afford? How many do you qualify for? How many years will it take for you to qualify to buy 75 houses tomorrow if the numbers work? It won't happen. It will not happen. But guess what? An investor can. That's what they do all the time anyway. Use their money. So other people's money in the real estate mastery team is rich people's money, not OPM, RPM. And what does RPM stand for in the car world, Joachim? Revolutions per minute. Okay? So it's about speed. It's about speed. RPM is about speed. Not just rich people's money, but speed. You need to do it fast. Otherwise, the same people that you're going to be partnering with will steal the deals from you. You have to steal the deals from them. And that's how you get your foot in the door. The one-pager is the beginning. Once I look at the one-pager and I say, yeah, looks good, lock it up. What does that mean? Put it on the contract. Write the contract up. I'm going to teach you how to do that. Give it to the seller to sign. Once that is signed, give it to your partner, to the investor. He buys it. His crews fixes it up. His realtors sell it. You make half. Oh my gosh, what a terrible job I'm getting you into. And that half can be as little as $5,000 a week or as much as millions a month. And that is the game. And you need to please understand that this is not normal. This is not what your neighbor does. This is not what the guy in the office at the mall does. Those guys make $100, $200, $300, maybe $500,000 a year. I want you to do that in a week. In the future, you're going to need to hire a staff to help you do one-pagers. And you will. And I'm going to guide you through it. That's what it is all about. You doing what I did for 18 years with a real estate investment fund I called Busch World Investment Corporation. And for you guys that have been here a long time, like you, Art, like you, Vanessa, you've seen me do it. So it's no bullshit. It's doable. If I can do it, if I could do it, well, then so can you. I'm rough around the edges, I'm not good looking, and I talk too fast. You can do much better than I did. And I made my clients billions. Billions with a B. How many? I don't know. I wasn't counting. I didn't care. Because at the same time that I am the guy that's going to teach you how to make a lot of money, I'm the same guy that wants to see money abolished. Because I don't like what it does. But we're going to get to that later on too, because there's a better way than abolishing money, which actually Joachim is going to talk about in a little bit, so stick around. So yeah, now, in the one-page manual, whichever of them you buy, whether you buy construction or you buy houses, there's a schedule attached. A schedule what to do on Monday, what to do on Tuesday, what to do on Wednesday, what to do on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Sundays, we rest. Family day. Very important. Family day. And let me tell you why I know it's important. Because I didn't stop. I did 24/7, 365. Comes with my family. I don't want the same thing to happen to you. I made shitload of money, more than I could count, but I lost my family because I was a workaholic that was never home. And when I was home, I was in my home office working. Another piece of advice: do not start a home office. A home office makes you a workaholic. In the beginning, you're going to work for home. Make it uncomfortable. Kitchen table, on the couch, on the toilet. Get yourself an office. The sooner the better. Get out of the house. That way, when you come home, you leave work behind and you have time for the family, quality time. I missed horribly on that aspect. Because of my marriage, Robin took the kids and moved to our parents. It was the worst hit. There I am, wheeling and dealing, thinking that I'm all that, and my wife left me. Don't let that happen to you. So as you're going along, as soon as you start bringing in those $5,000 a week, look for a good spot, a nice office, good address, something that you're not ashamed of, something that you are proud of. Go to an office furniture rental place, rent yourself the nicest desk, the nicest waiting room chairs, and pay the monthly bill. Hey, you'll be making 20 grand a month. You can afford it. Do not start a home office. Don't. I'd rather see you work from the car on your cell phone with a laptop on the passenger seat, because that's going to drive you to get into an office the sooner the better while you're making money. Understood? Write that down. It's very, very important. Do not get a home office. Home offices create workaholics. I used to wake up, go straight into my office, start running numbers, pulling comps, doing the thing, doing one-pagers. Robert will tell me, Dario, lunch. I'll be right there, honey. I'll be right there. All of a sudden, it was 6 o'clock. Dario, dinner. I'll be right there, honey. Give me a minute. I'll be right there. Before I knew about it, it was 10:30 p.m. Again, Robin. Dario, you want to watch a movie? Sure, honey. I'll be right there. 11:30, 12 midnight. Dario, I'm going to bed. You coming to bed with me? Sure, babe. I'll be right there. Give me a minute. And I did that for freaking 18 years. Don't do it. It's not worth it. I regret it. I wish I could turn back time. But I can't. I don't want to see you in the same spot. Learn from my mistakes by not making them. So you're going to have a one-page manual telling you exactly what to do. Not more, not less. No fluff. One page. And a schedule. A weekly schedule that you can fold, put in your back pocket, and have it always with you. You complete it, you're going to see there's places to complete. You fill in the numbers. You show me the one-pager on this call every Saturday. So I see what you did that week. You do that for 90 days, and it doesn't happen for you. You're not making $5 grand a week. I give you your money back. How simple it is. Fair enough? Fair enough. Okay, now let's talk about Art's deal a little bit, because that's a little wicked deal. My friend Art Edwards, you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Now, for you guys that have been on my calls for the last 20 years, you know Art. You've heard Art many times. And I was surprised a year ago when Art told me he bought a house. Nice house, worth about 450 grand. You should see pictures of it. It's beautiful. Beautiful. In a nice setting, backs up to woods. Nice lot on a cul-de-sac. The best spot on the subdivision that you could get. But it gives me the bad news that he bought it for too much. Why did he buy it for too much? Because he didn't do a one-pager on it. That's the only reason. If he would have done a one-pager and shown me the one-pager, I would have said pass. Go to the next one. Because this is not about buying a house you like. I understand he did it because he needed a house for his family. And how many children do you have, Art?
Only 11.
Only 11. I love the way you say that. Only 11. He's got 11 kids that he's got a house and feed. So he had to take what he had in front of him right there and then. I wasn't around. I was in some hospital being treated. So now we got to get him out of that deal by making him the money to pay it off. And that's what we're going to talk about now. Let's talk numbers a little bit. Everybody grabs the pen and paper, write what we say down so you can follow. The house is worth 450, right, Art?
Correct.
Right, 450. Now, how much are you buying it for? How much is the contract that you wrote?
The contract is for 357.
357, way, way high. And you might say, oh, there's 100 grand in between. No, there's not. Because let me tell you a secret. Time is money. And you have to pay bills when time passes by. Every month. It costs money. It costs a monthly payment, whether it's rent or a mortgage. It costs. 10 months later, you have no clue. Even if you have a little $1,000 a month expense on the house. 12 months later, it's 12 grand. That ate 12 grand out of the value of the property. 2 years down the road, it ate 24 grand out of the value of the property. And so on. You can do your numbers. It's easy math. It's such easy math that it's embarrassing to talk about it. It's nothing hard. You just have to do it. It has to be done. The steps have to be done. There is not two ways around it. And there is nobody else than you that has to do it. Don't wait for me to do it. Joachim will certainly not do it. Art won't do it. Vanessa won't either. We will help you do it if you have problems, but only if you have problems or doubts. We help you clarify the doubts and overcome the problems. Okay? Simple. The last thing you want, and write this down, the last thing you want is show a cash buyer or a real estate investor a bad one-pager. Because what happens? Well, the worst thing that can happen at that moment is that he says, no, I'm not interested in the deal. And you wasted your time, which is wasted money. But the worst thing is that in the real estate world, there's an amazing, incredibly effective jungle telegraph. Anybody knows what I mean with jungle telegraph? It means that everybody talks to everybody. And as soon as somebody, one of the investors, thinks that you're a joker that comes with marginal or bad one-pagers, he will tell everybody, and you will be blackballed. Nobody will want to touch you. Nobody will want to go to lunch with you because you're a waste of time. And once that starts, it just snowballs. Just like success gives you referrals, failure gets you blackballed. Plain and simple. So the last thing you want is to give an investor, you don't want to show that you suck. Point blank. Okay? You want them to say, hey, this guy brings me deals that are good. You should talk to him. Great. That's how they tell their friends. I never advertised because it was word of mouth. I did good for my investors, my partners, and they told their friends, and it snowballed. It snowballed. It got bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's just natural progression. That's the way the world works, guys. I'm not making it up, not sugarcoating it. If you came to my office to work when I was running the mutual fund, I would take you out and ride with me for a day. I will let you drive. I will sit in the passenger seat. And I will tell you pretty much what I tell you in the one-page manual. Okay? And then you will go out and get me one-pagers. If you didn't have a one-pager with 50% ROI or better, I wouldn't hear from you. Which means of the 81 agents that worked for me, I probably only heard from 10% of them. But they had a pile of one-pages every time we talked. It wasn't just one. Because look, Dario, I have 10 of them here. I have 15. I have 25. Oh, man, you've been busy. Yeah, I've been busy. Good job. And all of them had 50% ROI or better. Otherwise, I don't want to see it. And there is where I need to get you. The sooner the better. Because you need to start making money, and you need to start making money now. It's going to take 90 days for you to start making $5,000 a week. There is no doubt. It's not going to happen tomorrow. But it's not going to happen if you don't start doing what I tell you to do today. And the way I tell you to do, and the way I tell you exactly what to do, is by giving you a schedule. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, rest.
Well, hang on, Dario.
Yes.
Even if they don't really make $5,000 a week, they can actually extrapolate how much they're going to make from their one pages that investors has put money into.
Of course. Let me explain the $5,000 a week. Okay? Now, if you have a deal that makes less than $20,000, it's not that good of a deal. Because your investor, your partner, when I say investor, is partner. So partner and investor is a synonym. Means the same thing. So don't get confused. If you have a deal where your investor can make $10,000 and you can make $10,000, $20,000 combined, guess what? You have to wait until the house sells before you see that money. Right? But the day you are buying it, you bail out for $5,000. You say, you know what? You take 15 profit. I want $5,000 now. I have bills to pay. Cool. You're out. My first deal I did ever, I bailed out. And it was for $5,000. Exactly what I told you right now. It was a deal with a $20,000 profit potential. I had to pay bills. I was just starting out. I said, look, I would love to wait for the $10,000, but I can't. I have bills due and some past due. So why do you give me $5,000 and the deal is all yours? I'm out. Buy me out for $5,000. And that is what I counted $5,000 a week. Now, as soon as you are caught up with your bills and you don't need that money right there, by all means, stay in the deal and wait for the $10,000. Because not only do you have the 10,000 coming when the house sells, but you also, not on paper, but half of the house is yours. That's your net worth. I'm sure you've heard on the internet and all over the place, there's something called wholesaling. Basically, do what I just told you. But then you're leaving a lot of money on the table. Don't do it. Only if you must. Only in the beginning. That's why we start with $5,000 a week. You bailing out. You giving the investor the lion's share. You taking $5,000 and moving on to the next one. Okay? Very important. Thank you, Joaquin, for clarifying that. Many of these investors, many of these buyers are landlords, and they're going to keep the house as a rental. And you want to stay in it because then you get half the cash flow. All right? Plain and simple. Yes. Wow. Any questions about that before I continue with Art's deal? Okay, and I'm not here to dog you, Art, but you're a perfect example of an honest mistake, which is repairable, though, so it's cool. Not to worry about it, because we just talked a little bit about it earlier today, and I know that you saw the light at the end of the tunnel already, didn't you? Did I drop Art? Art?
No, he should still be on.
You muted yourself, brother. Unmute yourself.
Oh, okay. Now he popped off. Guess he's going to try and come back on.
I mean, yeah. I know, but I mean, I can get distracted. I get distracted and get stuck up. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, what we're gonna do with Art? He bought the house for too much. $350,000 for a $402,000 house. That's way too much. Once you get into the one-page manual for houses, you're gonna see that he paid way too much. So the way we're gonna fix it is he's gonna borrow money against it because he's in the property right now, and he's gonna use that money to do a couple of deals with his own money or with his borrowed money, because borrowed money is also other people's money, rich people's money, whether it's a bank or it's a hard money lender. Okay? So he's going to take maybe one, maybe two deals to get Art's house paid for in his name. He might take 1 month, he might take 3 months, he might take 6 months. All depends how many one-pager Art goes out and does now, starting today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not whether the weather is better. I don't care if it rains or shines. You got to be out there hitting the streets. And with hitting the streets, not necessarily mean driving your car. Looking for leads to do one-pagers on. You find a lead, you do the one-pager. Find a lead, run the numbers, do a one-pager. Like a machine. Like a machine. No feelings, no emotions. It's a game. Just like in a TV game, like a video game. If you die, you don't die. You have another chance. So if your one-pager dies, that's fine. Nothing happens. Go on to the next one-pager. Next life in the video game. The cool thing is here in this video game, the scoreboard is your bank account. You need to look at this as if you're playing Monopoly, because otherwise the big numbers will intimidate you. Not might intimidate you, they will intimidate you. You will get scared. Don't get scared. It's just numbers on paper. And if your first one pager doesn't work, your second one may, or your third or fourth or fifth, but it will work. I'm going to send you to the right spots to do the right thing. While I teach you exactly what to say to the right person at the right time. Because making money with real estate is nothing more than saying the right thing to the right people at the right time. I know it sounds weird. Give me 6 months, you understand how true that is. But give me 6 months. Give me a year, whatever it takes. And in 90 days, if you do exactly as I tell you in the schedule, if you're not making the $5,000 at least a month, at least, we're going to put the at least there, I give you your money back and I kick you out of the team. You failed. Thank you for trying. And you can go get a job at that point. So if you have a job right now, a 9 to 5, do me a favor, quit. Tell your boss tomorrow, I'm sorry, something came up, I have to quit. I have to resign. Here's my resignation letter. Good luck to you. And then focus on doing what I tell you to do in the one-page manual every single day. Rain or shine. I don't care if it's a holiday. You still do it. It's for you, not for me. Sure, I'm there too. I'm going to make 50% of your profits. And that's my motivation to train you, to be here for you, to support you. Because guess what? I need money too. Everybody needs money. We got to eat, sadly enough. And believe me, I just spent 10 years of $1,000 a day in medical bullshit going out. So the little I have left that the feds didn't take, poof, vanished. So I'm in a hurry as well as you are. We're in the same boat here. But what we have is so big that it's plenty for us both. And anybody else that you want to recruit into your team. Let's talk about that for a second. Build a team. It's hard in the beginning because you're nobody yet. And I understand. It's hard to convince people to do something that you are not quite doing yet. But still, start talking to people. Why? A lot of people, most people actually, will tell you, don't tell anybody what you're doing. Just do it. And once you're successful, then you tell them. And sure, if you're a pussy, you do that. Excuse me, förlåt. I apologize for my word. As I said, I'm a little rough around the edges. But that's okay. Such is the world. A lot of rough around the edges, actually. So start. The one good thing of telling people what you're going to be doing and what you're doing before you actually are successful is that creates a contract, a verbal contract for you to do it. If you tell your family what you're doing and what you're aiming towards, look, honey, I'm starting this thing here. This is what I'm going to be doing. And I expect to make $5,000 a week within 90 days. And guess what? You just signed a contract with your wife or with your spouse. It's a verbal contract, but it's solid. If you don't do it, how are you going to look in front of your spouse? Like a loser. Because you said you were going to do it. And if you don't do it, if you don't tell him, if you don't have that contract, you probably won't do it. You slack. You will slack. You will wait for next week. Something is going on. I'm busy right now. I want to go to the football game. Or whatever. Okay? And you will not do it right now because you have no commitment. other than to yourself. And who is the best person to lie to you? Yourself. Nobody will lie to you the way you will lie to yourself. Okay? So make that commitment. Tell your mother today, hey, Mom, or hey, Dad, sorry, Gia, my head forgets. Tell your spouse, tell your friends, I'm going to be doing this. My goal is this. That's commitment. Now, not to look like a fool in front of them, you will do it. It won't be just because Dario Busch is sitting here like a ringleader with a whip, whipping you to do it. It's because you promised them that you were going to do it. It's very, very important to do that. So with that in mind, once you tell them what you're going to do, most likely they will say, that sounds cool, I would like to do that. And even if they don't, you ask them, what do you say? You want to help out? And when they say yes, you sign them up under you through your recruiting link. When you log into the member area, at the top of the page, you will see, it says advertise and share your recruiting link. When somebody clicks on that link, they'll go to our website, but our website will know that you refer them. Once they join for free, they're yours. Once they buy Real Estate Mastery, whichever of the manuals, $3,000 a month, $45 a month, or $81 a month, you will get 20% of that every month. And because I will be getting 50% of the profits also, you will be earning 20% of my 50,000 because my 50%, because my 50% that I receive from you and from everybody else that orders Real Estate Mastery, I put in as your sale, as their sale. For example, you go and you do a deal. You bail out of the deal. You make $5,000. You pay me $2,500 out of it. Okay? Those $2,500 I enter into the system as if it was a sale that you made. Understand? And I will do so 9 levels deep. 9. I mean, it's huge. Ridiculous. Just think about like Tim Sales says on the video when you log into the members area. What does a broker want to do when he becomes a broker, a realtor? Recruit a bunch of agents. Why? So he makes half of what they make. At the same time, what does an agent want to do? He wants to become their own broker. So they can have agents bringing deals in so they can make half. What happens to the broker when one of his agents becomes a broker? He loses them as an income source and they become a competitor that they trained. So what motivation does a broker have to train their agents to be the best they can be? Absolutely none. No motivation whatsoever. Because if a broker does very well and trains an agent to be a kick-ass agent that brings in deals left and right, sells properties, whatever it is they're doing in the office, what's going to happen? It's going to become his competitor right down the street. And what is he going to do? Hire more agents. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? It's a dog-eat-dog world. And there are 1.2 million realtors at realtor.com/real estate agents living in that insane world that I just explained. When you log into your member area, you look at the navigation bar to the left. You're going to see a link that says promotion. going to take you to a page, and you're going to see three items. One of them is email to realtors. That one is already populated with your name and your recruiting link. You copy that email. You go to realtor.com/real estate agents, and you're gonna get a little search box to put in the city or the zip code. Put the city or the zip code in and click search. You're gonna get a list of every single realtor in that area. And to the right of it, you're gonna see a little red button that says email. Click on it. A pop-up opens. You paste the email there. No, first you write their first name. And then right below that, their first name, two tabs, so it goes 2 lines down. You paste the email, and you click send. Let me tell you why it's important to write their name first, their first name only. 2 reasons. Number one, it's personal. You're addressing him. It's not a generic letter. It's to him. And the email begins that you want him, I wanted to hire you as my realtor in that area. Let's say it's Miami, okay? It will begin, I want to hire you as my realtor in the Miami area. You think that's going to catch his interest? Of course. Then you read the rest of the email, you see what he's saying, and boom, you send it over. And then you go to the next one on the list. Do the same thing. Click the email button, pop-up comes up, and now let's say his name is Peter. Peter, comma, 2 tabs, so you go 2 lines down, paste the email again, click send. Then go to the next one on the list. Joachim sees me. Are you there, Joachim, still? Well, it doesn't matter. He'll be around. Relentlessly.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just muted because I had a dog barking.
Right. Do a couple of pages a day, 10 pages a day, 20 pages a day. I don't care. The more pages you email a day, the better you do. But another very important reason why you want to put their name on top is that it makes each email a little different. Their name is different. Realtor.com has a Sentinel robot, an anti-spam Sentinel, to block spammers from advertising to realtors from their website. And if you don't put their name there and just paste the email the way it is, guess what? You're going to be blocked by the Sentinel robot. You don't want to do that. There are 1.2 million free leads there that you don't want to lose on. You don't want to be blocked. I don't care where in the United States you find a lead. There is where you find a realtor that works that area. He can give you comps. He can recommend a contractor, etc. He can do everything you need to do, help you get all the information you need to get to do your one-pager before I, Dario Busch, knows about the deal. That way, only the ones that are 50% ROI or better come to my attention. If not, my brain is going to explode again, guys. It happened once already. I'm still half-body paralyzed with severe epilepsy. Sit here and do one-pages for you doesn't work. Does not work. Well, I don't want to. I can't. Okay? Very important to do that. The more realtors you get in your team, the more money you're going to make. My job is to explain to realtors why they should do what we are doing instead of being a realtor. And what is that? Well, number one, more money. Number 2, make money while you sleep. See, a realtor is a shark. He must constantly be swimming. He must swim, 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 or die. If a realtor is not selling property, listing property, finding buyers, he dies. That's why agents become brokers, so they can hire agents to do the work while they are home sleeping, and they still make half the commission. We do the same thing, only 9 levels deep. Total different ballgame. Is it worth it? Uh-huh. Absolutely. Is it easy? No. Simple? Yes. Why is it not easy? Because you might screw it up for yourself. You are your worst enemy. Who?
Art, I
Good.
dropped
Okay,
off a friend. I didn't have any signal
good.
for a minute there.
I Vanessa saw that you get kicked out, so I was killing a little bit of time here before we ask about your deal.
Yeah, I came back. I just got kicked out. The internet was off. It's here, and then I'm at.
Right. Now, we're not going to talk about, what was the name of those guys' points?
Yeah, point.com, I think. Points, though, is it an S? I don't think there was an S attached.
Good. We're going to have a special call about points later on, not right now. So we're not going to touch base about points so much right now. Besides the fact, and I already told them, don't get mad at me. I'm not dogging you out, but you're a good guy that made an honest mistake because you needed to put your family in a house. You bought a little below market, great, but still way too much. Once you go into the one-page manual and you see the formula and you run the numbers, you're going to go, holy cow, I pay how much more than I should have paid? Okay, so now what we're going to have to do, Art, is we're going to have to milk as much money as we can from your house that you live in now. So you can go ahead and either build a couple of super homes to make the profit to pay your house off and cure your mistake. Understand?
Right.
It's going to take some months, man. It's going to take 3 months, maybe 1 month, maybe 1 week. Depends on you, brother. I know life is life, but you need to, like I told everybody else, whatever you do on a regular basis now, you must quit and focus 100% in finding leads to do one-pagers on. Because once we pull money out of your house, guess what? The clock starts ticking. And time is money. Before you know about it, even though you have money in the bank, a month has gone by, money in the bank because you borrowed it, okay? Here comes the first month and it's a monthly payment. Not a problem. You put it out of the bank account. You still have money, loan money there. Good. Second month comes around. You got to do it again. And boom, it starts going down like that. You don't want to go too far with that. And when it comes to building a house and selling it to realize the profit so you can take a big chunk of it, because only 50% of the profit's going to be yours. The other 50% goes to the investor that paid for it, the cash buyer. That's a nice little twist with us. That's what makes us unique. Super homes. Why should a buyer, such as a home investor or any landlord, go buy ugly houses to renovate, to rent them out? Why? When they can build a brand new, fireproof, bulletproof super home to rent out. Especially from a guy that already brought him a couple of good, ugly houses deals that he made money on and are within his criteria. He knows that you know what you're doing. And you say, hey, this is better, faster, easier. And look what it is. We want to turn them over from buying ugly houses to building super homes. That way you have unlimited financing to build super homes with. And the first super home you should build is for yourself. Why? Because then you can have open houses. You invite all realtors in the area. Open house Saturday. You invite all the builders in the area. Open house Saturday. Free barbecue and beer. You're going to pack the place. And once you are on the open house, they're going to have questions. You bring them to the call. Here I am. I'll answer their questions. I close the deals for you. And you make your 20% of the profit that I bring in. Very simple. Very simple. So it's imperative that you get the system down ASAP. Do not wait. Do not procrastinate. Unless you're laying in the hospital in intensive care unit, that will be the only excuse to wait. Until you can pick up the phone. Not until you get out of the hospital. Until you can pick up the phone and get on a laptop. Or get on a laptop, sorry. Otherwise, it's run, run, run. Have you not seen the Monopoly guy on the side? He's running. He's got a bag of money, but he's running. You have to do the same thing. Because remember, the only way to put your name on the deal is to get it before the other investors get it. And everybody and their brother are chasing these deals. Everybody chases the same deals, man. You just have to get there before them. Our formula is not better than theirs. It's very similar. It's a little better. I'm going to be honest. But it's very similar. Where you want to pay 40, they might pay 43. And you lost the deal. If you were going to pay 250 grand for a house, maybe they take it for 251 before you get to it. And how mad will you be at yourself that you went and had dinner or you went and did whatever instead of getting the deal on the contract? Tempo, 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 chop, chop, chop. And if that's too high tempo for you, you're in the wrong business. Go get a job. Just, and when his jobs fell out to Art? Just over broke.
Just over broke. Yeah, just over
Right.
broke.
And that's where it is. See, I'm not your boss. So it's not, I don't want to keep you just over broke. I want to keep you wealthy and healthy and free. And there is nothing that will give you the freedom that money will give you. I guarantee you. Nothing. The government won't give it to you, for sure. You're a subject, citizen, debtor, slave to the government. You will never be free. As long as you have to eat, you will never be free because you have to make money. I want to see you eat well, live well, and be well. And with well, I mean at my standards, not at the average standard. And what is my standard? The way I've seen my associates, my partners, my friends live. I mean, including Joachim. I mean, you should see the guy's house. Lives in a nice house, drives a Lotus. Only the best of the best for him. And that's how he likes to live. And that's the way I want you to live. Heck, most of my clients have private jets. And that's one cool thing when you make rich people money while they sleep. make rich people richer while they sleep. That is what we do. We are in real estate because we use real estate as a vehicle to make rich people richer while they sleep. Very simple. What happens when you make rich people richer while they sleep? They love you. They will let you use their Learjet. They will let you use their 40-foot yacht. Sure, man, take it out for the weekend. Enjoy. Bring your family. You're going to live like they live, on their dollar, if you do exactly as I tell you when I tell you to do it. And it's not far-fetched. It's been done. It's been done every day. I'm not the only one doing this. Look at Wall Street. I wasn't the only fund manager for rich people. And I'm still not. But since I'm retired, I'm spilling the beans. There is only one way to stop everybody and their brother to become a competitor. And that is to shut up about it. Never tell anyone what you do or how you do it. Unless you're retired like I am. And splitting the profits with you. Profit sharing. Very, very important. So with that said, one-pagers. I want you to tattoo that in your forehead. One-pagers. Nothing else matters. I don't want to hear anything about a property unless it is in the form of a one-pager with a 50% ROI or better. All right? None. Because it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. Now, if you want to pay me for my time, sure, I charge $1,000 an hour. Just to listen. I charge $100 an hour just to wait. And those numbers are based upon the money I made when I did what I'm telling you to do relentlessly. Relentlessly. And I grew it pretty big, man. It was ridiculous. It was fun. It was really, really fun. It was like playing Monopoly and having a big stack of fake money stacked there. And all the property cards on my side. You know? It was fun. I was VIP in all places. I could go in and eat for free at restaurants. Why? Because I was the landlord. Seriously. Do you think a Mexican restaurant in a strip mall will charge the landlord when he comes in and eats lunch? No. Not at all. In fact, you get the best table, you get the best service, and you get the best wine. There's no bull. That's the way it works. And then if you want to go to New York for the weekend, borrow your partner's plane with pilot and stewardess. Stop flying American Airlines. It doesn't work. That's where we're going. Because I just told you at the beginning of the calls. We are not chasing millions. We are chasing billions. We have at least a minimum of $60 billion to make a year in this team. Maybe we do it with 20 people. We only have 44 guys in the team right now. So there's not much. But I'm halfway to what I had when we were doing billions. Billions. And we're going to do it again. Because it's the same exact system. Nothing has changed. The only thing has changed is that it has become better. Because now we have super homes and super buildings and super green. And that becomes a whole different animal. Now we have uniqueness. See, there are two principles of business. You can either compete with price and convenience, which is who has the lowest price and who is closest to the customer, who makes it more convenient to buy from. And that's hard. That's hard to do. That leads to sales, special price this week, all that kind of BS crap that you don't want to be involved in. It just cheapens you out. You become a cheap salesman when you compete with price and convenience. So don't ever compete with price and convenience. That's for rookies. Pros like us, we compete with uniqueness. And where is our uniqueness? Super green. Because we build super homes and super buildings with it. Fireproof, bulletproof, super homes. Now listen to this. 90% of the new homes in the United States, and the same applies in the UK, the same thing applies in Sweden, the same thing applies pretty much everywhere in the world nowadays. 90% of the new homes are built with wood frame, with sticks. I mean, hello, even the three little pigs knew not to build with sticks. Wood burns. And guess what? 7 people die every day in the United States in house fires. Why? Because the houses burn. They're built out of wood. How stupid is that? It's just ridiculous. If you're going to build a house, don't build a house of materials that burn. That is our competition. So we want to knock out all the builders. We want to compete against them, bump them out of the market, not by breaking them and having them file bankruptcy though, by recruiting them into our team so they can do what they are doing, but with super homes. And you lay down and sleep and let them make you money. Because 10% of the profits that those builders make with super homes will go into your accounts. Badass. You can't beat it. 9 levels deep. So if you get a builder that starts building super homes, guess what's going to happen? You have to understand, in the construction industry, in the real estate industry, period, nobody wants to be the first. Everybody's scared. It's like when you go to the lake to swim, and you don't get in until there's 10 people swimming, having fun. When you see them swimming, having fun, then you go in. It's just human nature. Okay? When it comes to construction, when it comes to building, when it comes to real estate in general, nobody wants to be the trendsetter. Everybody's skeptical. Nah, it might have worked in Missouri, but it won't work in New York. What? That's the stupidest thing somebody can say, but I hear it every day, and I've heard it for years. So what do? You just do it. Let the other ones watch. Once other builders see the builder that you recruited into your team building fireproof, bulletproof super homes for the same price as stick homes that burn, rot, mold, etc., guess what's going to happen? They're going to want to do it too. They want to copy. Builders are the first ones to be skeptical, yet the first ones to copy success. It has worked like that for probably 10,000 years. The Persians did it. The Greeks did it. The Romans did it. The Chinese did it. The Turks did it when it was the Ottoman Empire. Every single civilization, every empire has made millionaires with real estate. It sounds funny. Can you imagine a couple of guys in their togas and sandals in ancient Rome talking about flipping houses, building buildings? They did it. There's records of it. It's not like I'm making it up. It's not like the Colosseum and things like that just came up all by itself. No, not at all. So it's nothing new. Real estate has been here forever. And it will never, ever go away. Never. Even if we colonize the moon, real estate will be built. Even if Elon Musk gets us to Mars, real estate will be built. It's huge. I estimate we have about a $300 trillion industry that we have to tap into. And even if we make it 1%, we're talking hundreds and hundreds of billions, trillions, most likely. Anybody wants out right now? All you have to do is hang up the phone. Don't listen to what I'm saying. But if you're going to stay in here, please, 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 I beg you from the bottom of my heart, as humble as I can beg you, be coachable and please do exactly as I tell you. We're going to be laughing our asses to the bank together. Okay? So that's why it's very important that as soon as you can qualify for a loan, or better yet, as soon as you start doing deals with regular houses, you do one-pagers on super homes. Not right away. First do a deal or two to warm your investors up, to show them that you are for real. Because once they know you are for real, guess what you're going to get from them? Same thing I got, a blank check. What does that mean, Art? Did I lose you again? Oh, are you there, Art? Okay, well, it doesn't matter. A blank check means access to their account. Their money becomes your money. Why? Because they know that you are as good as they are to find deals. And once you get them to that point, you can tell them to do anything, and they will do it. But not until that point. After you've done a couple of deals, maybe you haven't even closed a deal yet, just met them a couple of times and show them good one-pagers, proving to them that you know what you're doing. And the next lunch, you just switch it with a super home one-pager. Look, man, the numbers are just like on the shitty houses that I brought you the other day. But this is a brand new, fireproof, bulletproof, super home built with 380 tons of recycled materials. Holy cow! There is no other game in town other than you. And then you have uniqueness. Uniqueness. If they want to build fireproof, bulletproof, super homes for the same cost as a stick wood frame house, they can only deal with you. What a luxury. My gosh. You're going to have to be beating them off with a stick. They're going to come at you so hard. Tell their brothers, tell their sisters, tell their cousins. See, rich people socialize with rich people. Real estate investors socialize with real estate investors. Just the way it works. Just like dentists socialize with dentists. So I need to get you there fast, and I need your help doing it. And the way you need to help me is being coachable and doing exactly as I tell you. Because that's what you want. Okay? The money will be there, don't worry. If the one pager is good, the money will be there.
I think we lost Cindy.
Uh-oh. Okay. She'll come back.
Okay.
She'll come back. It happens. You press the wrong button and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But okay. Anyway, any questions about what I said so far? Gia. This is all for you. I'm talking to Gia right now. Gia is in Boca Raton, Florida. I'm going to be meeting her here shortly, in a couple of months, I hope.
I'm here.
That'll be good.
Hi.
This whole
I
spirit is
just
being
been
for you.
multitasking.
Good.
Thank you.
As long as you suck up everything that I've been telling you, it's the important part.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've been listening the entire time.
Good. Any questions so far?
No.
Good. So what I need you to do, my sweetheart, is log into the member area. I know you're short of money right now, so forget the construction manual. Start with a $45 a month manual for houses, please. That way you know exactly what to do, and I can help you through it.
Okay.
You know?
Yep.
Analogy. We're gonna go to China. I need you to speak in Chinese.
Oh boy.
Otherwise, I have to translate every single word, and I can't do it.
Oh boy.
But it's not hard. It's not. I'm saying Chinese just because it's foreign. It's not as hard as Chinese. My gosh. Find a lead, run the numbers, shoot an offer. Find a lead, run the numbers, shoot an offer. Simple.
Okay.
Sorry, my mistake. Not shoot an offer, do a one page. Find a lead, run the numbers, do a one page.
Okay.
Relentlessly. If you're not finding a lead, running the numbers, and doing a one pager at least 5 times a day, you're not doing your job. The good thing with today is we have the internet. You can do that. You can find a lead, run the numbers, and do a one pager online from your house. You don't have to do like what I did, 10 hours a day looking for property. You can do that too, and you should do that too. A mixture of the both, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, when you're driving around that, your eyes have to change. Your vision of the world has to change. You're driving around. There's a vacant house there. Okay, normally you drive by. You don't even pay attention to it.
Right.
Okay? Or there's a for sale sign on the house. And the house looks abandoned. The grass is tall. Okay, it's in bad shape.
Okay.
You stop, you call it up. If it's a vacant house, really quickly, you call the tax assessor. Every city, every town, every village has a tax assessor office. You call them up and you ask them, I need some information about a property, please. And they're going to say, great.
I think you should log into our tax assessor. I don't think you just call them.
Oh, yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do. You can walk in too if you want to, but sure you can call them. I did it all the time. Why should Missouri be different than Miami? Oh, they're Florida, sorry. There is
I'm in Boca Raton.
Right, Florida, same thing. They have a phone number. You call them up.
I just normally go online and go to the tax assessor. All you have to do is put in the address. It'll give you the parcel number and all that stuff.
Right, you can do that too. Sure. Of course. I didn't have that luxury when I started out, so I just called the tax assessor. But sure, you can go into the local tax assessor's office.
What do you need?
Put in the. Say that again.
So what do I need from the tax assessor's office?
If on a vacant house, you need the owner's name and mailing address.
Okay.
Okay? Then you call 911, no, sorry, 411. And you ask for the phone number of that name, of that address.
So sometimes you're lucky and the number's right there.
Maybe. And if it's there, good. Just call the owner. Ask him, hey, I just drove by your house at 75 whatever street. I saw it was vacant. I just thought I'd call and see if you want to sell it. I pay cash. I buy as is. If he says, I'm not interested in selling it, great. Know about it. Go on to the next one. If he says, oh, sure, I could sell it. How much do you want for it? I don't know. Make an offer. I haven't thought about selling it, but now that you mention it, if the number's right, I'll consider selling it. Good. Do a one-pager.
So what do I tell him? Oh, okay, I didn't know. All right, I understand.
Right.
Let's call you back in a couple minutes with my best offer.
Right. Not minutes. Say, hey, let me gather information about it. Let me put a number together and give you a firm offer. Give me a day or two, I'll call you back.
A day or two. Okay.
Yeah, that way you don't have to stress with that. You have a fish on the hook. Don't pull too hard, it will break the line. You with me?
Yep.
Okay?
I understand.
And then you start following the instructions in the one-page manual. It's 9 steps from nothing to deal. 9 steps. And they're simple. 1 line per step. Not a paragraph per step. 1 line. It's simple. I made it too simple so nobody has an excuse of telling me it's too hard, complicated, I don't understand. I need action because you need action. I cannot afford you reading a 80-page manual before you get started. I need you on the road tomorrow morning. Okay?
Okay.
Same thing, for example, Gia. I wanted to do this. There is a website I saw that has what they call REO specialists. There are realtors that specialize in listing property for banks. When a bank forecloses on a property and it takes it to auction and nobody buys it, they take it back. They become the owners. The bank become the owners. Most banks have thousands of properties in their name. They're not in the real estate business. They don't want them. They just want the money they borrow, they lent against it back. And those you can pick for pennies on the dollar. Usually for loan value, loan amount. Okay, you can see a house that's worth 350 grand. They foreclose.
I think that's like the repossession department.
The what?
I said I think it's the repossession department.
Right. It's called the real estate owned, the REO department. But anyway,
What's
the
that?
REO
What's the acronym
special.
stand for? Repossession? I don't. What?
It doesn't matter what it's called. It might be called Bahaluma and Ehala. Get a hold of them. And the best way to get a hold of those listings is get a hold of a realtor that's an REO specialist.
Or Oreo, like the cookie?
REO.
Oh, REO.
R as in real, E as in estate, O as in owned. Real estate owned. REO.
REO.
Go to Google and search for this. Local REO specialists.
Okay.
And see what comes up. Now, an REO specialist will have a list of properties, of houses for sale, owned by the bank. Automatically, they are below market. Now, let's see how much lower you can get them for.
Okay.
Do the one pager, make it be 50% ROI or better, show it to me, and if it's good, invite an investor to lunch, Show them the one page.
Okay.
Simple. I don't care where you find the lead. The procedure is the same. Exactly. There is no difference if it's a probate, if it's a bank-owned property, if it's a vacant property, or if it's a foreclosure.
And I'm sorry, where did you say you found the investors again? Because I've got a lot of notes here.
Homevestors.com/locations.
Investors.com /
Homevestors. Whoops. Somebody's in a car, guys. What's your background noise, guys? No. Wait. Homevestors.
Investors.
Just replace the in investors with home. Homevestors.
Homevestors.com.
Yeah. Homevestors.com /locations.
Got it.
Put your zip code there, and it will tell you the nearest guy. That's one source. That's easy to find. But there's a lot more. Look, 1 out of 10 or maybe 20 cash buyers is a home investor. 1 out of 10 or 20. So for every home investor that's on the page I just gave you in your location, there are going to be at least 10, if not 20 other cash buyers that are not home investors, but they're for real.
Okay.
In the beginning, I was shopping my one pages to about 20 of those guys at a time, simultaneously. And the first one that said, I'm in, and shook my hand, he was the guy I partnered with. The guys that were too slow, they lost out. That created competition. And they knew about it. They knew I had a bunch of guys I was offering the deals to. So they knew to answer my phone calls. If Dario called, they didn't let it go to voicemail. They didn't wait or pick up and said, hey, I'll call you back in 5 minutes. No. They dropped whatever they were doing and they picked up the phone. Because if I called, I had a one-pager. You understand?
Yeah.
And that's where you want to get to. That's why the one-pager is so important. Without a one-pager, you don't have a deal. And without a one-pager, you don't know if you have a deal on the lead that you found. Just because a lead is a foreclosure doesn't mean that it's a good lead. Because it might be a terrible deal. You don't know until you have a one-pager. And when you have a one-pager, you run the formula. Well, you run the formula to do the one-pager, in order to do the one-pager. So until then, you don't know anything. Telling me there's a house for sale at 75 Main Street doesn't tell me anything. Doesn't tell an investor anything. It just makes you look like a rookie. And nobody in the game plays with rookies. None. I'm the only one patient enough. That's why I need to get you doing good one-pagers on your own. I want to help as little as possible, but I will help with everything I can, or I have to make it happen.
I understand.
Okay? Good. That's step one with you. Okay? And that's with everybody else. Now, if you can afford it, $3,000 a month, by all means, get construction. That's what you want. Because then we start with a super home. Then you can forget about the old homes, the ugly homes. Forget the ugly houses if you do construction first. You focus on doing a good one-pager on a super home that you are going to move into and live there for free. Why? Because I'm going to pay the monthly payment on it. Whether you go get a loan from Wells Fargo Bank, or if you line it up with a home investors guy or another investor locally. I pay the monthly payment for it. No problem. One condition. I want you to have one open house a week where you invite realtors to come with their buyers to view the open house. And you also invite builders to come to the open house to see how a house is built. Fireproof, bulletproof, soundproof, energy efficient. Recycled 200 tons of waste materials instead of killing 3 acres of woods. Wow. Making more money than they're making. That's where I want to get you. The sooner the better. Because that's our uniqueness. So if you can afford the $3,000 a month, by all means do that. Then just do exactly as I tell you in the manual for 90 days. If you're not making at least $5,000 a week in 90 days, I'll refund you your money, whether you paid 45 or if you paid 3,000. It doesn't matter. Same deal applies. What a stupid guy I am, huh? No, I've done this before. I got 81 guys that were kicking ass. Not all of them, but half of them. And right now I have half of them. 44 guys last time I checked. Vanessa, can you check if we got any new guys signing up, please, real quick? And tell me how many members we have in the team.
Okay, yeah. Give me a second.
Take your time. And look, even 44 guys is not much. But can you imagine how the office would look like with 44 desks and 44 guys there at the same time? Imagine if we have a company party. Man, we'll pack the house. So it's not bad. Not a bad start. Not a bad start at all. And it's just going to get bigger and bigger as we go. That is what it's all about. And me talking here on these calls is meant for, right now, a little bit of orientation so you guys know what's up. But mainly, it's going to be reviewing one-pagers and strategizing the lunch meetings. Okay? And open houses, of course, if you go with construction and you move into a super home.
Okay, Jesse. What was your question again?
What?
Dario? What was your question about the affiliates again?
How many members do we have?
Oh, 45.
45. Okay, one more today. Good. Welcome to the team, whoever that was. Right, so 45 people. 4 plus 5 is how much, Joachim? Nine.
I'm new to the Zoom show, but it's probably 9 if you ask me, so it's not. I don't know.
Right. Be ready with that mute button.
Yeah.
Right. Remember, I'm Conan O'Brien, you're Andy.
Cool.
Okay, now, so, very, very, very simple. You know what to do. Follow the schedule, follow the manual. In other words, follow the system, and everything else will fall into place. I guarantee you, or your money back. But you have to do it. I don't want anyone buying any of the manuals and then not doing it. Or waiting a month, 2 months, 3 months, or not doing it at all. No, don't do that. I don't want them. I don't want your money. I don't need your money. I'll appreciate it, and I can sure use it, but I don't want it. I want a profit share with you. The manual money is nothing. Peanuts compared to what you are worth to me doing what I tell you. Okay? Let's make millions together. It's all about you. And not just you, but your kids, your grandkids, your grandchildren, children's retirement. One of the investors that was a client actually in the mutual fund, a billionaire, multi-billionaire, told me something that I am going to tell you right now. It's the best lesson because I never thought about it this way. Dario, if you are not planning for your grandchildren, children's retirement, you're not planning. You understand what I just said? If you are not planning for your grandchildren's, children's retirement, you are not planning. You're too nearsighted. You're going to fall. If you think just about yourself, about buying Ferraris and Lamborghinis and helicopters, it's not enough. Even if you make it, even if you pull it off and you have your Lamborghini, you have your airplane, you have your penthouse in the skyscraper that you built with investors' money, it's not enough. What about your kids? What about your grandkids? What about your grandkids' grandkids? Wouldn't it be nice if your grandkids' children's children or trust babies? That would be cool. Just like the Rockefellers. The Rockefellers planned for the grandchildren's children's children. So did the Warburgs, the Schiffs. Trump is doing it. Trump has enough to take care of his grandchildren's children's children. Elon Musk has it. Jeff Bezos has it. Warren Buffett has it. That's what you have to aim for. Because you have the vehicle to make it to that point with the real estate mastery team and everything it entails, which includes Super Green. Lucky for you. I spent 6 years of my life developing it, 18 million bucks invested, a lot of headaches, and it comes in my family. So you could be successful today. Don't let me down, please. Don't let me down. I put everything on the table for you. Do the same for me, please. Okay? All right. And with that said, we already talked a good over an hour, so I'm going to let you go. Log into the member area, order construction or houses, preferably construction. You will get houses and buildings for free if you order construction. And the same guarantee applies. You're not making $5,000 a week within 90 days. I'll give you your money back and kick you out on the team.